the healing of the man with leprosy. All right, so here we go. While Jesus was in one of the towns, and one of these towns was in Gennesaret. Okay, so that's kind of the area he was. There was a lake called Gennesaret, and this is one of the towns in that area. So here's a start. While Jesus was in one of the towns, a man came along who was covered with leprosy. When he saw Jesus, he fell with his face to the ground and he begged, "Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean." Jesus reached out his hand and he touched the man. "I am willing," he said, "be clean." And immediately the leprosy left him. Jesus ordered the man, "Don't tell anybody, but go, show yourself to the priest and offer the sacrifices that Moses commanded you for your cleansing. This is a testimony to them." And yet, the news about Jesus spread all the more, so that crowds of people came to listen to him, to hear from him, and to be healed from their sicknesses. But Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. That's it, short story. Okay, let me tell it to you again. While Jesus was in one of the towns, a man came along who was covered with leprosy. When he saw Jesus, he fell with his face to the ground and he begged, "Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean." Jesus reached out his hand and he touched the man. "Be clean," he said. Or, "I am willing," he said, "be clean." Immediately, the leprosy left him. Then Jesus ordered him, "Don't tell anybody, but go, show yourself to the priest," single, just one person, "show yourself to the priest, and offer the sacrifices Moses commanded you for your cleansing, as a testimony to them." Yet the news about Jesus spread all the more, so that crowds of people came to hear him and to be healed from their sicknesses. But Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. All right, where's Jesus at? How's the story start?
In some town, or in one of those.
While Jesus was in one of the towns, what happened? Who do you meet?
A man was covered in leprosy.
Yeah, a man came along, and the man was covered with leprosy. Excellent. So what happens next? Blake? What does the man do?
When he saw Jesus.
When he saw Jesus, Blake, what did he do?
He fell.
Hang on, what did he do? How did he fall down? With his face to the ground. Right? So what would that look like? He literally got down. His face, this, was on the ground before Jesus. Okay? And so he fell with his face down to the ground, and what?
Said, "Lord."
Wait, no, and what else did he do?
If you are willing,
begged. He begged. Right. Okay, and what did he say, Lauren?
If you are willing, you can make me clean.
"Lord, if you're willing, you can make me clean." Excellent. Okay, so now what does Jesus do? James, what does Jesus do?
Reaches out his hand.
Perfect. Jesus reached out his hand and what?
Touched him.
And he touched the man.
"I am willing."
"I am willing," he said. "Be clean." Excellent. Okay, what happened next, Caleb?
He told him to go to the priest.
Good. Jesus ordered him. What did he order him first?
Don't
Don't tell anybody. And then what did he order him?
Go to the priest and
show
them their body.
Yeah, show them yourself. Excellent. So he said, "Don't tell anybody, but go, show yourself to the priest." And second?
Sacrifice.
Bring the sacrifices
that
Moses told you to.
Okay, good. And why? What were the sacrifices for? What was the purpose?
Cleansing lips.
For your cleansing. Excellent. Okay, so go show yourself to the priest and offer the sacrifices Moses commanded you for your cleansing. And why was he supposed to do all this? They will be what? A testimony to them. So this is as a testimony to them. Excellent. Now what happens in response to this? Jesus already told them, don't tell anybody. What happens?
A great crowd.
Yep. Yet the news about Jesus
Spread
all the more, right?
People
So that what happened?
People came to be cleaned and
That's
healed
right.
from their sicknesses.
And to?
Here.
Right. Excellent. Yet the news about Jesus spread all the more, so that crowds of people came to hear from him, to hear him teach, and to be healed from their sicknesses.
Jesus
But Jesus
withdrew and went to the Bible.
Okay. When did he withdraw?
When the crowds were.
That's right. What's the adjective or the adverb? Often. But Jesus often withdrew, and to where?
To go pray.
No, where did he go
Places to pray.
Lonely places. Excellent.
Lonely places.
And prayed. Let me tell it to you again, and then you guys are going to get it. Y'all should be able to do this one completely by yourselves.
This one's good.
This is good. Okay. While Jesus was in one of the towns, a man came along who was covered with leprosy. When he saw Jesus, he fell with his face to the ground and begged, "Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean." Jesus reached out his hand and touched the man. "I'm willing," he said, "be clean." And immediately, the leprosy left him. Then Jesus ordered him, "Don't tell anybody, but go, show yourself to the priest, and offer the sacrifices Moses commanded you for your cleansing. This is as a testimony to them." Yet the news about Jesus spread all the more, so that crowds of people came to hear him and to be healed of their sicknesses. But Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. All right, who wants to start? All right, this time, let's try and do this a little different than we normally do. I want you guys to seriously try and do this by yourselves.
I can do it.
But in order to do that, you need to help each other, okay? So y'all gotta, when you hear somebody start it, like Logan, I'll let you start. If you hear Logan start it and you hear him do something that's not exactly 100% right and you want to tweak it a little bit, do that in a really encouraging, nice way. Don't say, "Hey, you're wrong, it's like this." But just say, "I think it's also like this." Okay? So try and add to it. And I'll step in if we miss something or get something wrong, but I want you guys to try it on your own. Okay? Logan, start us.
Okay. In one of the towns, that's all I know. In one of the towns, Jesus went into one of the towns and he was walking, and one man with leprosy that covered his whole body saw him, and when he saw
Somebody help him. Come on.
He fell face down.
All right. While Jesus was in one of the towns, a man came along who was covered with
Okay.
leprosy.
Okay, now I got it.
Okay. Somebody else over here.
He fell to his knees.
Who did?
The man with leprosy
Excellent.
fell to his knees
Face.
with his face to the
Face.
ground
Good. When did he do this?
and begged.
When he saw Jesus,
Good. When he saw Jesus, the man fell with his face to the ground and
said,
And
"Lord,"
begged.
and begged, "Lord, if you are willing, you can heal me." And Jesus reached out and touched him and said,
is that what Jesus said?
"I am willing."
No, hang on. I mean, is that what the man said? Sorry.
He said,
He
If
said,
you're
"If
willing
you
to
are
cleanse
willing,
me."
if you are willing,
You can
I'll,
heal me.
I will be clean."
You can make me clean.
You-
Excellent. All right. Continue.
And Jesus reached out and touched him and said, "I am willing, be clean."
Excellent. Somebody else pick it up. Right here. What happened?
He was
Oh,
just
so
like,
you
"Lord."
instantly cleansed.
Immediately, what happened?
The leprosy fell from him.
The leprosy left him.
Fell from him, so-
Excellent. The leprosy left him. Good job. All right. So what happens?
And then Jesus says, "Do not tell any. Keep it a secret."
Okay. Did you just say it? What's the word right there?
He said, "Do not tell anyone."
How did he say it?
command.
He ordered him. Right. Okay.
Order, yeah.
Jesus ordered the man. Commanded the man. That's right. All right. Jesus ordered the man. What did he
Do
order?
not tell anyone.
Okay. Good.
But go straight to the priest
Okay.
and,
And
show
show
yourself to
yourself.
him as a testimony.
Okay. And
And offer a sacrifice.
Of Moses to
Told you to.
yeah, that Moses commanded you. Okay. Excellent. And why? What was the sacrifice for?
for your cleansing.
For your cleansing, and then
Testimony.
as a testimony to them. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Now, how's the story finish up?
A great crowd. Lord Jesus.
What happens first? About the news.
Faith
Spread.
still spread.
Mom.
The news of who?
Jesus.
Yeah, but news about him,
Jesus
talking about
is
Jesus,
clean.
spread all the more. Okay? Go ahead.
And the news spread vastly.
All the more. Good. So that crowds of people came to do what?
And heal from their sickness.
And to hear him and to be healed from their sicknesses. And then Lucas, how's it start? How's it finish? Remember? What did Jesus do? Help him out, Josh.
He withdraws to a lonely place.
Awesome.
Often.
Right, good.
He often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. Excellent job. Okay.